Good evening and welcome in to the Eastside Center in East Peoria. It's Peoria Sunday Morning League Playoff Baseball on Clutch Sports Media. Happy Wednesday night to you all, and tonight we have a great semifinal matchup. It's the Movesmart Mariners, the number 6 seed, taking on the number 2 seed, the Poor Bros Jacks. Good evening, everyone. Jonathan Michael here in the booth alongside Brock Alkire. And Brock, things are really starting to heat up here in the Sunday Morning League playoffs. I mean, what a ride it's been so far, and what crazy games we've already seen at this point of the playoffs.
Yes, insane postseason. We have the 2, 4, 6, and 8 seeds left, and it's been quite a ride. These two teams have played each other before, know each other, but in the Sunday Morning League playoffs, anything can happen, and just expect the unexpected.
Most definitely, and it has been a bad year to be a team with an odd seed. Obviously, two more teams bit the dust yesterday, were eliminated. Those were, I believe, I'm trying to remember who was Brienzo's was eliminated last
Brienzo's
night.
and the Cruisins Reds.
And the Cruisins Reds eliminated as well as the number 1 overall seed, the Miller Lite Falcons. So, every team feels like they probably got about an even shot. Maybe the Jacks feel like they have a little bit of an advantage being the 2 seed. They were definitely one of the best looking teams during the regular season. But, Brock, to set the scene here, again, these two teams have already played. Movesmart 2-0 in the playoffs. The Jacks lost, obviously, to Movesmart, one of their games. They won to get here today. So if Poor Bros wins, we play again on Thursday. If Movesmart wins, they are into the championship series.
Yes, and the Movesmart Mariners, we're going to talk about their pitching in the postseason. They've thrown 2 starters, have gone 15 innings, 0 runs, and only 3 hits allowed. It's been pretty crazy to see,
Wow.
And we got the veteran on the mound, Blom, here to try to advance to the championship.
We're ready to get underway. It's Ashton Horcham to lead things off here for Poor Bros, and he looks at a strike there. Here's the Poor Bros lineup for you. It'll be Ashton Horcham in center field, Trevor Goforth in right, and Evan Pajoli at first base. Those are the 3 that we're guaranteed to see here in this frame. Josh Arnett, their catcher, batting cleanup as Blom sends this one in just a bit low. And Brady Booth out in left, former Tremont Turk. Micah McCoy, former Washington Panther at second. Justin Jansen batting 7th. He's the DH. Noah Chase at third, and Brady Brecklin at shortstop to round things out for the Jacks. Here's the 1-1 at 1 low, 2-1, and Horcham gets ahead. But again, Brock, you talk about the pitching. Josh Blom, veteran guy for this Mariners squad, and he's definitely pitching some big games. This one maybe feels like could be one of his biggest he's ever pitched in his career.
Yeah, I was talking to Movesmart earlier in this game. They said this is the guy to go to. Both teams really want this badly. These two teams just fighting it out, trying to get to the championship game. But who else to have to pitch tonight than Blom with the chance to make it to the championship game?
And not only that, winning. If they are able to win tonight, winning their all 3 games in a row, and not only does it help keep you out of a potential elimination game, it helps keep that momentum going. And Horcham rung up on strike 3 low. Chalk up 1 strikeout already for Blom, and Brock, I can only wonder how many strikeouts we'll see here today after we saw a combined 40 on Monday night between Firehouse Pizza and Tin Lizard.
Yeah, that one was a crazy game. Like I said, expect the unexpected here in the Sunday Morning League. But yeah, Blom, really good pitcher, strikeout guy, has a lot of innings under his belt, a lot of experience, and he's here ready for the spotlight. That's for sure.
Most definitely. Here's Goforth, former Canton Little Giant. Watches ball 1 outside. This one nubbed over to the left side, and it's through. Got past the diving Chuck Hathaway, and that'll put a runner on early here for the Jacks. Off the bat, Brock, it looked like it might have had some spin on it. I was thinking foul ball. It was going to turn, but it stayed in play and got past the diving Hathaway. So good piece of placement hitting there. That'll bring up a always dangerous hitter, Evan Pajoli, the product of Olivet Nazarene. And there's the runner going to Goforth. goes fourth into second base. He's got a steal and runner in scoring position already for Poor Bros. They are the aggressors early on.
Poor Bros setting the pace early, base hit, and then steal first pitch. You want to know, Poor Bros wants to get this first run quick and early against Blom.
Coming into this season, Blom had 610 strikeouts in his career. Started in 2014. This one grounded to the left side. Hathaway can't get it. His shortstop can. Long throw, can't be corralled. Here comes Go Forth. Runner coming across, and Poor Bros takes the early lead on back-to-back balls hit to the left side, and the first baseman, Irvin, had trouble getting that ball into his glove.
Nice base hit into the gap. Luckily, the infielder knocked it down, but couldn't get the throw out in time, and we already have our first score of the game.
So I'll bring up Josh Arnett, the cleanup batter and catcher. This one hit to the left side as well. This one could be two, though. They get one at first. Do they get two? No. Arnett, the catcher, speeds it out, Brock. Not too often that you see a catcher legging it out and avoiding the double play. Arnett's got a bit of wheels on him.
Josh Arnett is in the MVP's conversation in the Sunday Morning League. He is one of the best in the league this year, and as you just said, beating it out with his speed.
That is now a 2 down, runner on first, and we'll see Brady Booth for the Jacks, batting fifth, playing left field. Arnett takes his lead. Blom throws it right back, trying to keep him close. Again, in these playoff games, Brock, again, Poor Bros might be playing a little bit more aggressive. Again, they have their backs against the wall. If they lose, and their bid to repeat as league champions would come to an end. So this one is a little nubber over to the right side. This time it's Reed thrown over to Griffin Irvin, and that will do it for the top of the first inning. But Poor Bros strikes quickly, an RBI single by Evan Pajoli, and the Jacks lead at 1-0 heading here into the bottom of the first. Again, another game going on concurrently. Again, unfortunately, we don't have this broadcast of that one, but on the other field, we have the Firehouse Pizza Expos and the Tin Lizard Titans in a rematch of our game that we did on Monday, Brock. That, again, if you didn't tune into that live, we had a lot of fun. It was a long night. Maybe definitely some tired crew members at the end of that one. Got off air at about close to midnight or so. But 40 strikeouts, Carlos Sanabria, 140 pitches and 18 strikeouts. It is not hardly anywhere, any level of baseball, you'll see anything like that. And
Yeah.
this team unfortunately lost.
Yeah, that was a crazy game, and like you said, you're not going to see that. That's a once-in-a-lifetime game. You won't see a pitching performance like that on both sides. I mean, both guys were striking out. It was tough to get the ball in play. But what we're seeing here, already 1-0 in our game, and I just looked on the scoreboard over there. Expo's already up 1-0 in the first, so it's a little bit of a different night than the last night.
Yeah.
So expect both teams to be aggressive, coming out swinging.
I remember we were here, again, back when we were here on Monday, both the games that were going on at 8 p.m. here at the Eastside Center. Again, fine venue here in East Peoria, and home to a lot of the Sunday Morning League's games, and just about everyone that we do here on Clutch Sports Media. But both games that were going on at the same time were 0-0 for the longest time, and then eventually both teams broke through, and for Tin Lizard, they broke through with 5 runs in the top of the 12th inning in that game against Firehouse. So again, if Tin Lizard wins that game, and the 8th seed, who had to play a play-in game just to even get into the bracket, would be in the championship series next week at Dozer Park. And again, Movesmart also a Cinderella as well as the number 6 seed. So as Movesmart gets ready to take their first licks, we'll bring you their lineup here. It's Mason Marchand, former IVC Gray Ghost. We can say that for a few of these Mariners players. Marchand is in center, and it's Matt Armstrong batting second, playing short, followed by Alex Garcia batting third and catching. Chase Reed bats fourth, plays second. Chuck Hathaway batting fifth, playing third. Cam Semmelroth in right field, then Harris Casey in left, Griffin Irvin at first, and then Ethan Kreider, the DH, number 9 hitter. That one is low and away, and the pitcher they're facing tonight is for Port Bros. That's Casey Holland on the mound for the Jacks. 1-0 is also low and away. To Marchand is popped up right side. Will it stay in? It's coming back to the left and hangs in play right on the foul line. Goforth battled the sun and actually won. Not too often you can battle the sun one-on-one and come away the victor.
East side at this time of day, it is very tough for the outfielders with this sun. Good job right there making the play.
I'll bring in Matt Armstrong now. Again, a little bit of look at Casey Holland's numbers for the Jacks. That one low and in for ball 1. Holland hasn't really pitched a ton this season, only 6.1 innings. Decent numbers though, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks, and a 4.42 ERA. 1 win and 1 loss to his name. Count is now even to Armstrong.
Yeah, Port Bros going to Casey Holland. It's going to be interesting to see what Port Bros does in this game when it comes to pitching, just because it is a elimination game for them. So if they feel like they're on the ropes or something, they expect a couple quick polls or something like that. But yeah, I say for Port Bros, everyone's on the table tonight in this elimination game.
Most definitely. This one fouled back by Armstrong. Count still 1-2. Again, I was walking over to Movesmart's dugout just a few minutes before the game, and maybe there were some late stragglers, but I didn't notice Movesmart. Again, a lot of people are dealing with kids going back to college here soon. Maybe guys got jobs. Sometimes that prevent. But Movesmart playing with a little bit of a smaller roster. Only about 12, 13 players in uniform for them tonight, so they are maybe a bit thinner. And the Jacks, who again got 9 on the field, and I count about 6 or 7 in the dugout. This one grounded to McCoy over at second, and throw over to Pajoli for 2 outs.
Good play there, nice routine. McCoy takes his time to get the out.
I'll bring up now Alex Garcia, number 3-hole batter for the Mariners, who come into this one 13-12. So, again, they're just got over 500 back on Monday night when they beat the Jacks. Talk about that game more here as we go along. And here's a strike to the Mariners backstop. Overall, pretty solid day here at the Eastside Center. A little bit warmer than it's been in the past few weeks. Slightly humid, but not too windy. Count even up at 2-2. Or rather, 2-1 is grounded to the right side. It'll be McCoy. Over to Pajoli again for 2 straight outs, and 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners in that bottom of the first inning. So pretty efficient start for Casey Holland there on the bump, Brock.
Yeah, nice efficient start. Quick working too, what you love to see, especially once you get the lead in the top of the first. You want to come out with a scoreless frame, and that's exactly what they did. Now brings a potent Port Bros lineup up to the plate.
And Brock, I'll see if I can pull up the exact numbers here. But again, Port Bros, I believe, one of the top offensive teams in the league this season. I'm looking right now. In fact, they actually did score the most runs so far through 25 games, 140 runs that they have scored. So quick math, that's nearly 6 per game. in a league that favors pitchers is really very impressive. They give up also the second least amount of runs as well with 77, so they only give up about 3 per game. Movesmart pretty close in terms of their differential. They've scored 71, given up 79, so a pretty strong pitching team. That's the question for Movesmart, and I feel like it's been the same way for years, is can they get their bats to come around?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this the other night. It's been a pitchers league here in the Sunday morning league, but this Port Bros offense has really gotten the bats together against a. They've seen a bunch of different pitchers in this league that have really put up strong numbers, and the fact that Port Bros is still able to put up these type of numbers is very impressive.
Most definitely, and I think part of it. Again, this is just maybe a educated, maybe some would say maybe uneducated guess, but I think Port Rose has they have a really good mix of guys that are veterans but also still young. Guys like Ashton Horcham who have played a season or two in the league before, and obviously Horcham, a Bradley Braves outfielder now, so he's playing Division I ball here locally. But you have guys like him. You have guys like Brady Brecklin, who's played here on the Jacks for a few years, but again still fairly young. Guys like Broker Bailey, Tate Rowley. I think he's a new player for the Jacks this year, but again, still got plenty of life on his arm. Aiden Fulton, for example, another ICC guy. A lot of ICC players on this Port Bros team, as well as Movesmart too. A lot of, you could say that PSML is unofficially the ICC Summer League, almost to a point. Some current, some former players. So to start off this top of the second, and it'll be Micah McCoy. We saw 2 ground balls fielded to him in the bottom of the first. McCoy just recently graduated Washington High School, and Brock, I know you were pretty in tune with the local baseball, and McCoy was definitely one of the top infielders, if not top all-around players this entire season.
Yeah, McCoy is a very impressive infielder. Going to ICC, which is a huge pickup for the ICC Cougars. That team is going to be something special. But Micah McCoy, he can do it all in the field, and his bat is really impressive too. Batting over 300 in this league, especially first year in the league doing this is quite something.
Most definitely. We've seen a lot of guys that just graduated high school that have had some pretty solid seasons overall here in the Sunday Morning League. A lot of guys from Miller Lite, as McCoy, a big daddy hack there, swings and misses, but guys like R.J. Dungeon from the Miller Lite Falcons. Brendan Coventry carved out a pretty consistent starting role behind the dish. Jarrett Quinn also on Miller Lite, pitched some decent innings for them. Here's the 1-2, and it's fouled away. Back onto Firehouse Pizza Expo's dugout on the field adjacent to us. Blom looking for his second strikeout. He got Horcham going to open up this game. 1-2 comes in. It's a bit of a breaking ball. It's just a bit too low. It evens up the count. Interesting, McCoy mostly, I think, unless I'm mistaken, I think he mostly played a lot of third base for Washington this past season, but today he plays second, so pretty versatile infielder, always good to have, and now the string has run out.
Yeah, McCoy is, there's a foul ball. McCoy, very versatile infielder, can play a bunch of different positions. As you said, mainly a third baseman this year, but yeah, he can play second. Helps for the arm as well. But yeah, this is a lineup that manager Zach Schulte has crafted for the Jacks to basically just go ahead and win this game quickly.
This one has popped up a mile high and brought in by Chase Reed of the Mariners. So that'll be one down. Another nice job fighting the sun here. Again, the sun is going to get a little bit easier on these fielders as this game goes along. But for these first few, it is normally pretty tough. And I know that's the part about playing in the playoffs. You just cannot afford to make fielding mistakes. So again, we've seen it plenty of times in the Sunday Morning League. Pitchers are so good for both sides. Sometimes the only run or maybe game-deciding run will come down to maybe a mistake or just very small even miscue in the field. Can be all the difference. Here's Justin Jansen, the Jacks' designated hitter. Looks at a strike on the outside. And Noah Chase on deck for the Jacks, and he goes swinging there, Jansen does. And now 1-2. So far on the season, Jansen hitting 185, 7 RBIs, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts. And the 1-2 struck him out there. So moved that up to 10 strikeouts on the year for Jansen, and that'll give Blom his second of the evening. Blom didn't really mess around on that one. I think just came in and went straight fastball.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Blom to get the strikeout fastball. As you said, second strikeout of the game. Now has to face Noah Chase trying to get this 1-2-3 inning.
Here's Chase. Looks at a strike. Nice framing there behind the plate from Garcia. That one has brought it in ever so slightly. Chase on the season hitting very good year, hitting 306, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Mariners hoping to get back in the dugout. They trail early here again. If in case you're just tuning in, Jack scored on the third batter of the game, Evan Pajoli, RBI singles. That one had a one-way ticket for our microphone behind the camera. Or I should say behind the dish, in front of the camera. Got caught up there. This one popped up right side. Going to be a long run for Semmelroth in short right. Second baseman Reed chases it. He doesn't get it. Going to second, and the throw beat him. But the tag was not there. That will be a double, depending on how they score it, for Noah Chase. And again, Brock comes down to fielding there. That was a very, very tough play to make, really a no-man's land play, but you feel like maybe they could have got that throw in cleanly and gotten the tag down.
Tough play right there, but great hustle by Noah Chase, going to there, being very aggressive. Now that sets up a runner in scoring position for the Jacks.
Chase doesn't even have a stolen base this year. Not to say he's slow by any mean of the word, but and usually maybe not a guy that you would really expect. I think Zach Schulte, though, really probably told his team that we're just gonna go all out in this game. I mean, it's got to be full effort, got to be ready to play, and we're not gonna not be aggressive. And this one as Brady Brecklin goes ahead quickly 2-0. Brecklin so far under the Mendoza line this year, hitting 187, 9 RBIs though.
Good eye, baby, good eye.
And he is displaying a nice eye here, and now 3-0, maybe the red light on this pitch. We'll see. Maybe they turn him loose though in a game like this.
Giant hole on the right side of the infield. See if he can poke one into right field.
And the pitch in for a strike. The throw is into the outfield. Chase is going to go to third. Again, the throw beats him, and Chase is he got tripped up. The turf monster got him, and he knew he was dead to rights. He kneels and smiles about 15, 20 feet away, and I think that's the look of a man that knows he bit off just a bit more than he can chew. But again, you got to like the aggressiveness there.
Yep, the turf monster definitely did get him, but yeah, as soon as he fell, he knew he was in trouble and didn't even try to get up, just accepted that, you know what, we'll get it next time. But yeah, I do like the aggressiveness though.
You probably say, well, I maybe got a bit too lucky last time. Maybe I shouldn't be standing here on second base, but here I still am. But in the game of baseball, sometimes not always that lucky. And again, sometimes there is that thing called the turf monster. So we'll head in the bottom of the second. Movesmart trying to tie this one back up or take the lead again. Jonathan Michael here alongside with Brock Allcare. Thank you for tuning in tonight, spending your Wednesday with us wherever you are, whether you're here locally in Peoria or maybe beyond. It's been a fun season for the Sunday Morning League, and we're not quite done yet. Still some more playoff baseball to be played. But I want to thank our sponsors again. Without them tonight, we wouldn't be able to be here. Starting with Body Armors, the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. Also want to thank the Movesmart Group, sponsor of the Movesmart Mariners, as well as Poor Bros Tap Room over in Peoria Heights, as well as a few other locations around Illinois, as well, including Champaign. I want to thank them for their support of the Poor Bros Jacks. But again, it's taking a look around the league right now. Brock, again, for those of you just tuning in, if Movesmart wins, they're in the championship series. Best of 3 next week at Dozer Park, Sunday, Monday, and potentially Tuesday if Game 3 is necessary. Poor Bros, if they win tonight, well, then these two teams would come back here, play again on Thursday in a winner-take-all game. And again, Firehouse Pizza, Tin Lizard battling on the other field as well. And as far as our broadcast plans go, we'll be back for one more game. It'll be on Monday, Game 2 of the championship series at Dozer Park. Whoever those teams are, we'll have that game for you. Potentially the league title clinching game in that one, 6 p.m., clutchsportsil.com. Foul ball to start the inning, and here in Chase Reed looks at one low. Didn't miss by much. Reed, second baseman for the Mariners, product of Sauk Valley College. Here's 1-1 off the tip of the bat. And Chuck Hathaway on deck for the Mariners. Again, recently graduated high school player down in Mackinac for the DMAC Chiefs. And a strike 3 on the outside. Nice pitch there from Holland. And again, maybe a little bit of a tip of the cap to his catcher Arnett for framing that one up just a tiny bit.
Yeah, that was a good strikeout pitch right there by Holland to get the punch out. As you said, good frame, but also just good pitch right on the outside corner.
So I'll bring in Hathaway now. He's the third baseman and was a victim of kind of some bad luck back in that first inning. He had 2 balls hit to him that he just missed diving over there at third, and those 2 grounders eventually came singles that led to Poor Bros' first run. Strike there, and another nice pitch from Holland, who's done a nice job of just having some good command, throwing strikes but not making them easy strikes to hit, just painting the black. That one, though, a little bit too far outside. I think that one got away from him just a touch.
He's trying to run that one up there. A little extra speed on that.
Now here's the 1-2. A little bit below the knees. Now good eye from Hathaway. Two-two. Holland winds, and off-speed pitch misses upstairs there, and now Hathaway has battled back to make it a full count. Right down the middle, and a strikeout pitch there from Holland. Jax Hurler's starting to settle in here in the bottom of the second. Now they'll bring up Cam Semmelroth, former Limestone Rocket, Howard ICC. Similar looking pitch there for Holland, and rides a bit inside. Brock, you're talking about Poor Bros again. They're hoping to get back in the championship series for the second straight year. Happen to know last time Movesmart was in the championship series as a big swing and a miss there from Semmelroth.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of time. I don't know off the top of my head last time they were in there, but you know, as a team that right now,
This one popped up on the infield. Chase making a long run, comes in, calls off Arnett. That is 3 down. 1-2-3 inning again for Casey Holland. So Poor Bros getting it done, have a narrow lead here through 2 in the Sunday Morning League game of the week on Clutch Sports Media. But Brock, back to what you were saying.
yeah, I don't know last time the Mariners were back in the championship, but like we said, this season has been crazy. We've seen 8 seed going on playing. Don't know the last time if an 8 seed was in the championship series, but a lot of unknown here, a lot of records that could be set. It's quite impressive that all these lower seed teams have made it this far into the semifinals. But we're looking forward to a great championship matchup. Whichever team comes out as this, it's going to be a great potential 3 nights at Dozer Park.
Oh, definitely. And, even if, Poor Bros, who's, again, probably the favorite on paper out of all of these teams, again, this is an elimination game for them. So not saying they have the easiest road for sure, but, either way, we're going to see a team in there that I think most people probably weren't expecting to see at Dozer Park, a few weeks ago. I mean, Firehouse, they were down in the dumps for most of the season. Then they got really, really hot. They had a long win streak, I believe, and then, Tin Lizard and Movesmart, they're just, playing the best baseball at the right time. That's, what it's all about in the postseason.
Yeah, getting hot at the right time, and these teams have certainly done that this year. And that's why they are in this spot, because they are the hottest team in the league. And, when you collect all these wins, it starts to build up some confidence for your team and say, hey, we can actually win this Tomei Trophy this year.
Yeah, back to the top of the 3rd. It'll be Brooklyn to lead things off for the Jacks. Back to our earlier point, Poor Bros, I mistakenly said that won last year. That was cruising. It's the Reds that won it last year. They are already eliminated from contention, so they cannot repeat. We will have a new champion. Poor Bros did win it back in 2023. That was our first year doing the Sunday Morning League on CSN. This one is at a tough spot. Grounder to the shortstop Armstrong, but the throw is in time. Nice arm there from the normal UI product. Matt Armstrong over there at short.
Good play right there at short. Also Blom trying to get off the mound for that one. But yeah, good play coming in on the ball and getting the speedy Brecklin.
Now we're back up to the top of the order, and Horcham, who struck out looking his first time up. And as far as Movesmart goes, again, we'd probably be better suited asking the league veterans and those stats guys like Zach Schulte, who's, again, the manager of the Poor Bros Jacks and also the league president, too. Tim Cundiff, all the other guys at the Sunday Morning League, maybe they would know. But Movesmart, they have not won a league championship, at least under their current name. Now, the franchise may have won one under a different sponsorship, right? A lot of these teams sometimes do switch sponsors every few years, so they potentially may have done so maybe back in the 2010s, 2000s, for example, but would have been under a different name, as that one is fouled off to the left. So 1-2 the count on Horcham, who again just wrapped up his first season recently at Bradley. Here's the 1-2, go forth on deck, nobody on and 1 out. And off speed pitch just never really broke there for Blau. here's a 2-2. Blom looking to put him away, and this one is hit in the left, but it will find the glove of Casey out there in the left. Well hit ball, just didn't quite get down quite enough there.
Good, decent contact by Horcham there. Just found the glove of Casey out in left field.
Now 2 down for Trevor Goforth. Reached via a single his first time up. Also stole a base. First pitch to him is on the outside. I think a big key for Movesmart Josh Blom, and you can really make, this same key for every game really. But I think a really big key for Movesmart is making sure that you're being efficient. Again, this is still a close game. You want to have Blom probably throwing as long as possible. You don't want to have to pull him in the 4th or 5th inning. I think he's not on track to be, for that to be done quite yet. He's pitched pretty well so far, but you just want to make sure he can go as long as possible because, again, there's a reason he's on the bump here today.
Yeah, is that pitch right there? Blom's asking where that was. Just high apparently outside, but yeah, Blom, he's been in this position before in the Sunday Morning League. He knows what he's got to go out there and do. I say he's going to throw most of this game. Pitch count still in decent shape, so don't look for Movesmart to be scrambling in their bullpen too yet. But on the other side, when you got Poor Bros who they need to win this game, so they might be a little bit more quick to action to their bullpen tonight.
Most definitely is. Goforth coaxes the walk. So Blum never really gave him much to really hit during that at bat. That'll bring up Evan Pajoli. And back to Blum's pitch count again. I don't think it's definitely not trekking anywhere near 140 like Carlos Sanabria was the other night. I joked again. I was not on the call for that game. This one chopped to the left. Said Sanabria may have to drive home with his feet. I don't even know if he'll be able to lift his arms up to hold the steering wheel on the ride back home. But Pajoli grounds out to the left side. That'll do it for the top of the third. Moving right along here at the East Side Center. And Josh Blum and the Mariners back in the dugout, trailing 1-0 here in the Sunday Morning League Game of the Week on Clutch Sports Media. And again, while we have just a kind of quick moment, thank our sponsors later on in the broadcast. Brock, I want to give a big shout out to you and all the other people all the other interns for the Sunday Morning League, working very, very hard all summer long and doing all sorts of things. I know you're writing the game changer, running the scoreboard, writing game recaps. You have guys taking pictures and doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, let's still maybe tell people a bit about the internship program. I think this is your second year doing it. I mean, just what all is it, and kind of who are some of those unsung heroes here, including yourself, for the Sunday Morning League?
Yeah, I mean, we have a great team. This is my second year doing it. I've been loving it. I do play-by-play for this, and then obviously up in the booth up there, I do announcing, I do game changer. We have people running scoreboard for every team, every game. And then I do write-ups for every game, for every team. It's a long process, but we got a big team here. Will Vincent over to our left, sitting down, taking photos. We have so many people that you don't see or won't hear from that just make this thing come to life, and it's been quite a journey. Especially this week has been a lot for us. We've been here Sunday through today, and there's nights where we don't get home until 12:30, 1 a.m., and then you have to write the recaps and stuff, and then you're right back here tonight. So it's a big week here, but it's also a very fun week as it's playoff week.
Most definitely. That's the life of working in sports, right? You get kind of some long hours. You get home pretty late. Sometimes you're up early, finishing up the last night's work even sometimes, but the good news is that, what brings us back is that stuff like this is pretty fun. And we've had lots of fun here, again, at Clutch Sports Media as well. I want to shout out Mark Wagner on our crew, also behind the camera tonight. As getting things going here, this is Chris Casey First time seeing him today. Again, Holland has been cruising so far here against this Mariners lineup. This one popped up and going to go out of play. And, you know, again, not even just this week, Brock, but I'm sure during the regular season, too. I mean, you guys have games on Sunday, usually Mondays, Wednesdays, you know, maybe some other days in there as well. Maybe,
Yeah,
but
we had also our Dozer series. That was a big toll on us, where we had every team show up for the week, play a game there, and but yeah, we play Sundays, we play some Mondays, Thursdays heavy here at Eastside, but lot of games also. We play at Richwoods, a couple games at Tremont. So yeah, it's just a big long process of where teams are going to go. We've had here in the past week, we've had scheduling changes an hour before the game, which has really taken a toll on a lot of teams. And
all right, popped up. Pajoli takes care of it.
but yeah, it's been a great fun season. We've been talking all about these pitchers and stuff, and we also had to highlight these hitters who have some monster numbers against guys like Blom and Caruso. You saw Clay McConkey on Clutch Sports break the win record.
Yeah,
and
that was a fun game to be at. That felt really special.
And so you show up every night preparing for something that you might not see again. And we've had a couple of those moments here on Clutch Sports Media. But if you just come to the ballpark, you'll see something that you won't see every day.
Yeah, and again, the games you've seen this season, whether this is your first one or maybe this is your seventh one, it's our seventh game we've done this season. But again, it seems like just the baseball gods do tend to work in our favor a lot. We see a lot of cool things in the games that we broadcast, and this is only a small sample of what the season actually is. Again, these teams are all playing about 21, 22 games during the regular season. We only see them maybe once or twice, but it is again very fun to catch up with all of them, see everybody, and again to see all this local talent here in the area in this oldest amateur baseball league in America. 1-2 pitch from Holland is outside, and it's 2-2. This is Griffin Irvin, first baseman for the Mariners, another IVC grad playing first base tonight.
That was a good pitch and a great take by Irvin. Not to swing at that one.
Another 2-2. A lot of counts of those tonight. Now make that 3-2. Full count. Holland and deals one. This one's lined into center and hangs up long enough for Horcham to catch it out there in center field. Now that is 2 down. Ethan Kreider, DH, now comes up for the Mariners. Like this Mariners lineup, Brock, only one player this season hitting above 300. That's Matt Armstrong, their number 2 hole hitter and shortstop. He's at 308. Poor Bros, meanwhile, they got Noah Chase, they got Ashton Horcham, Trevor Goforth, Micah McCoy, Josh Arnett. It's over half their lineup hitting over 300. And there's another strike there from Holland.
Yeah, Poor Bros has seven guys on this team that have at least 10 RBIs on the season. This team can score and score in bunches, but as we've seen for Movesmart, on the other hand, they've been very reliant on their pitching. That was their first run given up in the postseason. Coming into tonight, only 3 hits allowed. It's just they have a very strong pitching depth in their on that team, and throughout this league, that's why it's been so hard to hit. So when you see numbers like Josh Arnett batting over 300 and McCoy batting over 300, it's certainly eye-popping to see those type of stats.
Certainly, and again, Brock, if I'm not mistaken, I think you mentioned this the other night, now that all teams we've kind of reached that 25-game mark for all the teams that are at least still alive, the season stats have been solidified, and the rest of the year will not count towards any official stats.
That's right. The Sunday Morning League is now in the process of getting our awards done for MVP, Cy Young, all that, Rookie of the Year, and now all those stats are set in stone, and now we're gonna have to vote on it, and a lot of tough decisions to make, especially on the pitching side, because we have a ton of pitchers that can pitch. We have some great hitters like Evan Pajoli having 4 home runs in the summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, the committee's going to have a big decision on their hand. In about a week or so, we're going to find out all these exciting awards.
Well, there's your reason why they stopped keeping track of the stats. You got to make it even for everyone, for all of them to vote, including you, Brock. I know you'll know the league pretty well, so looking forward to see who all makes it on that all-star team. Definitely a couple candidates from both of these squads, but boy, you talked about Cy Young, Casey Holland. Probably not going to win it, given a small sample size, but he's sure pitching like a Cy Young candidate tonight. He goes 3 up, 3 down again in the 3rd inning as his Jacks still lead at 1-0 heading here in the top of the 4th. Again, another word for our sponsors to help make tonight's broadcast possible. Certainly encourage you to support these businesses and products such as Body Armor, which is the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League, as well as the Movesmart Group, real estate here in Peoria, as well as Poor Brothers Tap Room up in Peoria Heights. Always a fun place, especially on the weekends. During the summer, they got live music, the courtyard. Lots of fun things happening all the time up at Poor Bros as well. Back here in the top of the 4th, and not sure if you can hear it on our microphone, but for the last few nights, Brock, we have heard the distinct bell of the metronome of the East Peoria High School's band that is practicing on Corny Clatt Field, just beyond the fence in right center. So, high school year is not too far away. Band is getting ready, and we've been hearing them a lot this week.
That's a ground out to first. Yeah, I've get here about 4:30, and then you start to hear them, and then once the games are over, you'll still hear them. So they've been working there 4 to 12 every night. Yeah, high school football season's just about to get started.
Well, hey, you might even hear that band on Clutch Sports Media airwaves this season. Potentially might be seeing some East Peoria football this year. Stay tuned to our social media accounts. We'll obviously be releasing what games we're going to be broadcasting, throughout the season as they go along. But again, only a little over 3 weeks until week 1 of the football season, and even less than that until the start of the season in general. Boys and girls golf starts about a week from now or so, and volleyball and soccer starting up as well. But and really looking forward to this fall. We got plenty of. We're starting to have a lot of our fall sports previews on Clutch Sports Media. Previews for every football, volleyball, boys soccer team in the area. Can find those on CSM Overtime. All of our written content, there are so many stories and written content, coverage of all local high schools and all of their sports here in the Peoria and Bloomington Normal areas as well. So go and get your subscription today. Check out clutchsportsil.com/overtime. Brady Booth strikes out there, and another great pitch there from Blom. He's racked up a few strikeouts here tonight. I think that's number 3.
Good strikeout pitch. Yep, that was strikeout number 3 on the night for Blom. Brings up a one of the best rookies in the Sunday Morning League, Micah McCoy.
McCoy popped out to second his first time up. Watches a curveball that was pretty close, but called a ball. Mariners defense been playing pretty straight up for the most part tonight. Arnett, we missed him earlier. He grounded out to first. That ball just barely stayed in play. McCoy now ahead 2-0. Justin Jansen on deck. 2-0 and breaking pitch high, and McCoy one ball away from taking first base. McCoy just might be taken here. And no, Blom walks him. Waiting for the potential call there, but that is ball 4, just missed a bit low, and the Jacks have a runner now with 2 outs. So Port Bros has had a base runner in almost every inning so far. Actually, they have had a base runner every inning. Jensen fouls that one off. Brock, while we're somewhat still on the topic of high school sports, I don't know, you got any predictions, guesses? How do you think the Mid-Illini football shakes out this year?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I haven't really looked at many of the teams so far, but I gotta say, my Dunlap Eagles are looking really good with with Max Sutter, of course, but you got guys on the O-line that have a bunch of college offers. I mean, that's one of the best O-line in the Mid-Illini, I'd say, but, you know, that's a college strike right there. But, yeah, I haven't really looked into it that much, but I will say that there's a couple teams that could just win this. There's no clear-cut winner this year like there has been in the past. Everybody seems to have a star player.
And we're going to have a pickoff here. McCoy is caught in a pickle. They throw it down a second. Now he runs back and does a little pirouette to get tagged out. So the second Jack that gets tagged out on the bases to end the inning. And McCoy just got caught in the middle there. So that'll be out number 3 here in the top of the 4th. And I feel like maybe the Jacks feel like they maybe leaving some chances out there here. Still clinging on, though, to a 1-run lead. But, you know, back to that, Brock, you know, I think, you know, Dunlap, I think, will be in the mix. And the biggest question, though, I think if their quarterback, John Bargan, was able to stay around, I think, you know, Dunlap is really, I think, in that conversation for the title. Obviously, you're going to have a, you know, Sutter, obviously, amazing talent. Can't wait to see what he does this year. And, you know, really, I think a big year incoming for him. He plays tight end, also plays linebacker too. You know, he's played quarterback before in the past, but I think he's probably going to be a pass catcher role, I would have to guess, this year. But Bargan had to move because his dad, Mike Bargan, some may know, the assistant coach on Bradley men's basketball team. Well, now he's with the Indiana Hoosiers men's basketball team. So now they are living in Bloomington, Indiana. So Dunlap's quarterback, Johnny, had to transfer for his senior year, but I think a lot of it will probably be, you know, your typical culprits. Washington should be solid, although maybe not quite of a runaway favorite as they've been in years past. I think Bennamora's in the mix. Pekin, I think, could really be a potentially good team as well this year. And obviously, you know, like you said, Dunlap, East Peoria could even maybe they can get a surprise win, be in the mix. And also Morton Potters. Cannot forget about the Morton Potters either. They're always right in it. Should be a very, very fun year. Not just in the Mid-Illini, but even in all the other schools as well, like the Heart of Illinois. Shout out to Brady Booth and the Tremont Turks. Probably still a rebuilding year out in Turk country, though, on the gridiron. Here's a bunt attempt from Mason Marchand. Rolls foul.
Trying to catch him off guard. Holland has been mowing these guys up, 9 up, 9 down, so laying a surprise bunt down, trying to get somebody on base, just spark a rally here.
Yes, need a base runner. If you're the Mariners, Holland gets them swinging and missing down low. And top of the order, this is really where Movesmart wants to strike if they don't want to be facing, you know, still be in a 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 hole going into the final few innings. Marchand flew out to right his first time up. No balls and 2 strikes. This one hit into center. Will it drop down? No, it will not. What a catch. Ashton Horcham robbing Mason Marchand of a hit there. Another web gem on CSM.
Great play there by Horcham with the range, the sliding grab. He's made a couple great web gems in the past in the Sunday Morning League and at Bradley. Yeah, great outfielder for the Jacks.
What a catch there, and keeps Holland's streak intact. Here's Matt Armstrong now again, hitting 308 on the year. I should clarify, he's the only qualified batter heading over 300 for the Mariners. They do have 2 others on their team, Chuck Hathaway and Cole Rankin, both hitting above 300 on the year, but they have not had the at-bat requirements to qualify in the league leaders. Here's a hustling Armstrong down the first base line, but McCoy flips it over to Pajoli for out number 2.
Another quick at-bat right there. Come and go. Brings up Alex Garcia, who I say we released our MVP candidates. Alex Garcia is one of them. He's been one of the best catchers in the Sunday Morning League and is hitting a great number.
2 outs here, another strike from Casey Holland. Curveball on the inside, strike 2. Holland is really just dominating these matchups right now. He is controlling, just to use a basketball term, dictating the tempo. Getting ahead in the count, not giving many of these batters a chance. That one popped up to short. Brecklin takes care of it, and the Jacks are cruising through 4 innings, hoping to extend their lead. It's 1-0. Now heading into the 5th. 3 more innings to play here at the East Side Center. Unless we got extra baseball on tap, we'll see. We did have extra baseball on tap and then some. Back on Monday again. 12 innings between the Firehouse Pizza Expos and the Tin Lizard Titans. Looking ahead for the Jacks. And so far tonight, 3 hits for them, 2 singles from Goforth and Pajoli, double from Noah Chase, and a pair of walks drawn as well. So again, they're trying to keep that streak going of having a runner reach in each inning, and again, this has not been the case at all for Movesmart, who again we talked about earlier in the broadcast, has been struggling a bit, at least in the grand scope of the season, scoring runs this year. So they're hoping to get those bats back going again. They did beat Port Bros that game earlier this week. That was a 1-0 win.
Yeah, those are the type of Mariners wins that we've been used to seeing. 1-0, 2-1 wins. Very close endings, extra innings as well, like we said, against Port Bros. But yeah, having Blum on the mound, you're always in it to win it. With him on the mound, even though you're down a run, you still have a shot. So getting into the part of the game where you're starting to get really aggressive, trying to move something in play. But yeah, 1-0, it's still anybody's game.
Still plenty of baseball left to be played. We're only just past halfway through this one. Again, look at Movesmart's journey through the playoffs. They matched up with the 3-seed Cruisins Reds back in the opening round back on Sunday. They won that game 5-0, only gave up 1 hit. That was Caleb Bieneman throwing the gem there, nearly a no-hitter, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. And the Mariners got RBIs from 4 different players, including 2 from Brendan Kreider. Also hit 3 doubles in that game. And again, on Monday, they beat the Jacks 1-0, extra inning game. That one went to the 8th inning. As getting things going here for the Jacks is Justin Jansen. That game back on Monday only featured 6 hits in total between both teams. Movesmart had 4, Port Bros had 2. And Brendan Kreider, an RBI single in the 8th inning to give the Mariners the go-ahead run. Alec Williams, another limestone arm, 8 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, and just 2 hits given up. So Rocket arms have been kind to this Movesmart team. Justin Jansen, one of the few players in this league that is an alum of Princeville High School. That one swung on and missed. 4 strike 3. So another K for Josh Blom.
Another K for Blom, make it 4 on the night. 2 of them have come by Jansen, punching his ticket twice tonight.
Chase, number 8 batter, comes up, doubled back in the 2nd inning, and could potentially double here. This one's hit into the gap. Chase is around first and going to hold up there. Yeah, if you remember last time, got a little aggressive and eked out a double. At that time, he tries to play it safe and also maybe perhaps avoid a turf monster sighting again in between first and second. That monster can move during the game sometimes. So Chase 2 for 2 on the night. Now Brecklin in a good position to at least, I think, move him over. If you want to hit a ground ball, so hit it to the right side. That one fits the bill but goes foul.
If you're Poor Bros here, you're looking to try to get at least one more run just to play it safe. 1-0 is certainly a PSML score that we're used to, but in the playoffs, you would much rather have a 2-run lead, especially just because you never know what Movesmart's going to pull off here. We've seen Movesmart, their offense hasn't really been clicking as much, but in these next couple innings, we might see that change and flip around.
0-2, Blum ahead in the count. Starting to rack up some more strikeouts as this one goes long. That one is hit foul and onto the opposing field. In between innings, we'll give you a score update between Firehouse and Tin Lizard. You know what? We'll do it right now. Expos lead at 4-1 after the 4th inning. Solid offensive showing from them. That one is hit into center. Coming on is Marchandi. Makes the catch, throws back. And Chase able to avoid being doubled up. Okay, look at that other game. Firehouse 2 for 2. Steven Stuffelbeam. Jackson Chatterton also 2 hits for him. That pitching matchup is Garrett Frampton and Ben Granger. He's the arm for Tin Lizard. We saw Frampton a bit on Monday in that matchup. Lefty arm. Came on in relief of Sanabria, former Houston Astro. Fortune looks at the ball there, back at the top of the order. He's 0 for 2. Fortune reaches for and it gets by. This one's into the outfield. And Chase will hold up at second, but he'll still keep the line moving and put 2 runners on for the first time since the 1st inning now for Trevor Goforth.
Great piece of hitting by Horcham. Sticking his bat out there, lining one for the base hit. And now we have a chance, runner at scoring position here for Goforth to pick up 1 or 2 more runs.
And Goforth has had a pretty solid day. Singled and walked. Fouls that one off. Goforth, a graduate of North Fulton High School and also went to Spoon River College, now playing at University of Jamestown. Here's the 0-1. Watches a nice pitch there from Blom. Goforth hitting .318 on the year. Does have a homer, but only 2 RBIs. Sign of a prototypical leadoff batter. That one fouled back. Great discipline, though, for Goforth at the plate. 14 walks, 16 strikeouts. So that strikeout number is among one of the actually leads the team, but 14 walks in about 25 games overall, not too bad. I'll bump up the OBP. Long stare and big pitch here in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Josh Blom. That's his 3rd in the last 2 innings and 5th of the evening. So he gets Poor Bros to straight in 2 in a crucial time in this one.
Big strikeout there by Blom to strand the runners at first and second. Keep this a 1-0 game, and now flipping over to the Mariners. They're in a time of need just to get somebody on and try to score a run. 1-0. It's certainly not the end of the world right now, but you got to think Holland has been decent on the mound. So the Mariners with their 4, 5, 6 hitters up to the plate could make some damage.
And Poor Bros trying to win and stay alive in the postseason. And if Poor Bros is able to hang on, if that is the case, these teams would come back and play again tomorrow in the winner-take-all game. And, Movesmart being in the position they're in, again, this is not to take away anything from the Mariners because they have been playing some really good ball right now, but I think they're just going to want to just win today and don't leave it up to chance. Now, there is certainly the chance that you can come back and beat Poor Bros again, but, you're coming back, 2nd day in a row, and, Poor Bros is just, obviously on paper at least, the season's been the better team, but as we've seen in the Sunday Morning League playoffs, on paper doesn't mean anything, though. So, it doesn't really matter, I think, in the grand scheme of things that much.
Yeah.
I certainly like to just keep things going and get an extra day of rest too, going into the postseason or going into the championship series potentially.
Yeah, Sunday Morning League, anything can happen. Expect the unexpected. That's what I've been saying throughout these playoffs because you show up on any team can show up on any given night and beat you. So you got to bring your best, and certainly these teams have been. And I was talking about these; they want to win this game. Both teams really, really want this really badly. So move smart, playing against Poor Bros. Poor Bros has been known as one of the best teams in the Sunday Morning League, so this would be very important to them.
Reed flies out to the center fielder, Ashton Horcham. We've seen him kind of display some wheels out there in center field and through the net today. But at that time, didn't have to run that far. Now here's Chuck Hathaway. Holland, again, has been very efficient with his pitches. This is just number 54 for him. Roller over to second, and McCoy. He's been busy over there at second today, and him and Pajoli retire another Mariner.
Good job by Holland inducing some ground balls. McCoy, yeah, as you said, has been busy over there, but it's been helpful for him to induce these ground balls in quick counts, so his pitch count's looking pretty good.
54 pitches through 4 2/3 innings. Here's Cam Semmelroth. Got a lot of power in his bat, but he swings and misses there. And if, Poor Bros, given this scenario, if Poor Bros wins today, wins tomorrow, makes the championship series, they would have played a game for 5 straight days. They played Sunday, Monday, yesterday, today, and potentially tomorrow. So they would be pretty gassed going into that championship series unless they can really hit the ice bass and the Theraguns on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, but if any team were to do that, it's Poor Bros. They have a strong pitching depth in this league. Poor Bros especially. They've got so many arms and so many different talents that they can use to win five games in 5 days and make it to the championship. So for them, it's a little bit less of a struggle for any other team in the league, but still, 5 games in 5 days, winning them all is very, very tough to do.
Port Rose did have a 6-game win streak earlier this season, and a late called strike 3 there. And that is the third out of the bottom of the 5th. So that caught a lot of people by surprise, but we play on here into the top of the 6th, and that is Hollins counted up his 4th strikeout of the day through 5 innings. And I want to thank all of our sponsors here today. Help make this broadcast possible, and also Sunday Morning League possible as well, starting with Body Armor, the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. The Movesmart Realty Group as well here in Peoria. And last but certainly not least, Port Rose Tap Room up in Peoria Heights. I want to thank them and all the rest of league sponsors as well. You have Baumgarten Distributing with the Miller Lite Falcons. You have Cruisins, sponsor of the Reds, Firehouse Pizza, Tin Lizard Bar and Grill. New sponsor this year, the Sound of Peoria, sponsor of the Sand Gnats. A little bit of a rough go for them in that first year, but it's all right. They'll keep on growing. Want to thank Brienzo's too as well. A team that is, next time we see them, they're not going to be the new kids on the block anymore. They'll be going into their 3rd or 4th season. I also want to thank Cole's Diamond Gallery as well. All those league sponsors and many, many more. And more than just team sponsors as well for the Sunday Morning League too.
Hey, let's go, Abs.
Now on to the top of the 6th here. Again, it's been a phenomenal pitching performance from Casey Holland and Port Rose tonight. Josh Blum, though, has been right there with him, too. Again, he gave up that early run at the top of the 1st. Thought that, maybe we'd see Port Rose score a handful of runs, but Blum has really settled in. Here's Pajoli. This is going to be a tough play for the third baseman, Hathaway. Pajoli running to first. Safe! How about Pajoli beating it out? I think he'll even tell you he's not the fastest guy on the team, but he's put on the wheels there, and again, giving it everything he's got in this elimination game. That gives Port Rose a very important base runner here to lead off the 6th inning.
Chugging down the first baseline, beating it out. We've seen a couple hits throughout these playoffs where just little infield hits, beating out the throw. It doesn't matter how soft the contact is. If you're on first, you're on first.
And credit to Hathaway for really charging that ball hard. He got rid of that ball as hard as he can, did about everything he can. And Pajoli, again, like you said, chugging, very descriptive adjective there. Beat it out. Josh Arnett, cleanup batter. This one's another tough one. Over to second. They get one. They throw over to second, and he is off the base. So Arnett will reach. That's a fielder's choice. FC4 unassisted if you're scoring at home. And just a bit offline was that throw from Chase Reed.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter up to the plate, Zach Schulte, manager of the team and Sunday Morning League president.
El Prez up to bat here with 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Schulte again, one of the older guys on the team, but it still got it though. He was the league batting champ, I think, either last year or 2023. One of those years, I can't remember. And Schulte, league veteran, wears no batting gloves, and the team manager looking for a big hit here. That's Arnett now taking his lead at first. This one popped up near second. Reed scoots back and makes the catch. So Schulte is a pop-out victim. That'll put 2 down for the Washington Panther product, Micah McCoy.
Good pitch by Blom to get him to pop out right there for the second out of the inning. Interesting to see Schulte wanted to give a shot at Blom, trying to get a base hit, but now it turns now to a much younger Micah McCoy Washington product.
McCoy could certainly put a charge into the ball. We've seen it this past year, albeit as with an aluminum bat. He's, again, these high school players having to make the switch from aluminum bats to wood bats here in the Sunday morning league. So, and that's a little bit of a factor of why, again, this is a little bit more of a pitcher-friendly league. But, some players, again, like you mentioned, Pajoli's hit 4 home runs this season. Doesn't really hold him back that much. And runners going. Throw down from Garcia is, again, in time, but that's a bit offline. Credit, though, to the Mariners infielders. I believe that was Reed who just got in front of it and prevented it from being wild.
Come on, we need this hit now. Let's go.
And Jack's looking for that little extra insurance here with McCoy. Hit to the outfield might do it. Big curveball there and hangs out for a ball. 2-0. Justin Jansen on deck for the burgundy and blue. Swing and a miss there, and 2-1. That's, again, these league veteran pitchers, Brock, it's what amazes me is, guys like Josh Blom, like Clay McConkey, they've been in the league for a while. A lot of these guys have faced him before. Maybe not McCoy quite as much, but it doesn't matter how long they're in the league. They will still give you the same stuff, and you still, most often the time, will not be able to hit it.
Yeah, consistent and just that's the word I use. They're just so consistent. Year in, year out, they come up here in the summer and just shove. It's pretty crazy to see.
And skied high on the left side. Casey coming in, calls off his shortstop, Armstrong. And that is into the bottom of the 6th now. So, again, more good work from Josh Blom, overcoming that leadoff single from Pajoli. Plus the fielder's choice and stolen base from Arnett. So Movesmart, again, very quiet on offense tonight, just looking to get someone on base. Doesn't even have to be a hit. You could even still tie this game without getting one of those as well. Walk, stolen base, wild pitch. Crazier things can happen. So Poor Bros, again, still needs to be on their best fielding here in these last 2 innings.
Yeah, you gotta stay sharp. You gotta be ready for anything hit. We've seen a lot of ground balls induced, especially to McCoy. He's been busy out there, but yeah, everybody sharp on your toes. And he's gotten a couple strikeouts here and there, but a lot of ground ball outs for Holland tonight.
Yeah, you got 2 of them in the first inning. You got another one in the 4th. Again, almost all of his ground ball outs have come to McCoy over at second. Brecklin and over at short. Noah Chase over at third. Have both been had pretty quiet, pretty easy days, at least so far in the field. He's forced a few pop-ups as well. And we get a look at, again, Holland so far. Got 4 strikeouts and no walks. And on the other side, Josh Blom has 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. And there's some heavy aircraft coming in over here. That one on the outside, a potent pitch there from Holland. See those flying around Peoria sometimes. I forget the exact name of them. on the top of my head, but the military planes that are over at the General Wayne A. Downing Peoria Airport across the river in Bartonville. Come for the baseball, stay for the free air show. 0-2 now here to Casey. Just one hit to the left side. Here's Brecklin's first chance tonight. Throw right on the money to Pajoli. One down.
Good play right there. Hard hit ball. Way to stick with it and collect the ball and throw a dot over to Pajoli for the out.
Now Griffin Irvin, number 8 batter for Movesmart. Come in. First baseman flew out to center field. That was back in the 3rd inning. And Casey Holland came into tonight having just thrown 6 1/3 innings. If he can get through this one, he'd be right on the verge of essentially doubling that here tonight in, again, a game where his team has their backs against the wall. First pitch strike to the former Gray Ghost. Chops this one right side and going foul. Did a really nice job of just getting ahead in counts. I mean, so many at-bats. He's gone ahead 0-2 and put a lot of these Mariners in tough positions to climb back from.
Yeah, he's been really good, especially attacking first pitch. He seems not to waste any pitches. He's been quick counts. That's been the key for him, and that's why he's still in the game with his longevity, only 64 pitches. That's a ball right there, but yeah, very quick worker, a lot of ground ball outs, not using any pitches, keeping him in the game still.
Hasn't been wasting a lot of pitches tonight. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout from Casey Holland. Mariners still struggling very much at the plate. And it's just sometimes a risk you run when you are not really a scoring priority team. This, and Movesmart more of a pitching first squad, which again, Blum has been amazing today, but he's only given up 1 run, and the Mariners are still trying to get something going. Fouled away, that's Ethan Kreider, their DH. Update on the other game across the way. Firehouse Pizza Expos now lead 5-1 over the Tin Lizard Titans. So if that result holds, they would be coming back and playing on Thursday too. Another strike from Holland, who's just been really aggressive. Painting the corners tonight, 0-2. This one, a little half swing. Coming in is McCoy. Throws it over, and he's got him.
That was a nice play.
Another 1-2-3 inning for Casey Holland and the Jacks. They got another chance to add an insurance run here in the Sunday Morning League semifinals on Clutch Sports Media. Brock, again, what a pitching performance we're seeing. Every game, it seems like we just see it outstanding pitching performance, and this one's no different.
Yeah, Sunday Morning League has provided a lot of pitching matchups, a lot of great ones. We saw just the last broadcast, 18 Ks by Santa Bria, just unbelievable throughout this league. And I was talking to a bunch of guys around the league. They said this summer has been very fun because every team has one guy that can go lights out. Every guy has a pitcher. It hasn't really been a hitters-friendly league this summer just because of the amount of pitching that we have here in the Sunday Morning League.
So on to the 7th, a look at who is up for the Jacks. It'll be McCoy, Jansen, and Chase. Or rather, no, I believe that's mistaken. I believe it will be Jansen, Chase, and Brecklin, rather. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Jacks. And coming up for the Mariners, they'll be back to the top of the order for them with Marchand, Armstrong, and Garcia. So Blom back out for potentially could be a complete game. And still could be in line for the win if his team can mount the comeback and walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jansen again. Jansen played his college ball at Mount Mercy. And he is the brother of former Bradley pitcher Mitch Jansen, who, and some people know, was very, very tragically killed in a plane accident. Jansen was a very young, very prolific pilot for his age. And during his college career several years ago, unfortunately lost his life. And Bradley, to this day still holds their Mitch Jansen Memorial game. They have baseballs with memorial logos that they do for him. So that certainly is not lost on that program for sure. And Justin Jansen surely playing for his brother as well, and watches one in the dirt. It goes ahead 2-1.
Come on, Jenny. Do something here, buddy.
This one pops right back up, and I'll be hitting the press box directly behind us here at the Eastside Center.
Let's go, Jenny. Drive one.
2-2 count. Again, strong crowd on hand. Haven't really mentioned that tonight, Brock, but again, a lot of people coming out to watch this one here in person. Turned into a beautiful night, and a beautiful pitch from Blom. Unable to hang on to his Garcia. They throw down to first. Does beat him out. That's still called a strikeout there for Blom, and that's his 3rd of the night against Jansen.
We've had some great crowds all week long, and beautiful weather as well for playoff baseball here at Eastside Center. The crowds have been awesome. The weather has been awesome, and as well, these games have been something else.
Chopper to the left side. Hathaway throws across the diamond and retires Chase for out number 2. So the Mariners just 1 out away from getting back in the dugout and potentially winning this game. And for Movesmart, though, you do have to feel really nice, though. Again, you want to come out, you want to win this game. That's got to be the only thing going through their minds right now. But it does, I'm sure, have to feel nice knowing that, hey, if we lose tonight, if that does happen, if Holland goes 1-2-3 again, we have a second chance, because this is, again, double elimination playoffs here in the Sunday Morning League. Brecklin, the shortstop, lines it over past his counterpart, Armstrong. That's a 2-out base hit. Nearly caught there.
Let's go, Ash.
Nice job by Brecklin with the liner into left, and now that brings the top of the order with Horcham, who had a base hit his last time up.
That's the 6th hit for the Jacks tonight. Horcham has one of them. Only one of those 6 hits has been for extra bases, and that was that little looper from Chase that he legged out for a double. So really no balls have been hit with super hard contact tonight, but a lot of just kind of maybe some sinking liners, maybe some ground balls to get through. That one was pretty well hit from Brecklin. No one really able to get a hold of either pitcher tonight. Blom goes low with that one, evens the count up at 1-1.
Here we go, 10.
Cannot afford to give up another one here, especially with the way that Holland has been pitching. Brecklin's got his lead, not running here.
Good night.
And a reminder for all you folks tuning in that we will have our final Clutch Sports Media broadcast for the Sunday Morning League of the summer on Monday. Again, 6 p.m., Game 2 of the championship series. It's going to be a great one regardless of who's playing. Yeah, we're not going anywhere, though. We'll see you around for the high school season in the fall as Horcham fouls that one back.
You're right there.
Stay updated, though, with all of the Sunday Morning League's news and action, give them a follow on social media. Sunday Morning League team has really been up in their graphics a lot this year. I really enjoyed a lot of the graphics you guys have been putting together. You and the rest of the intern crew this year, Brock. Here's a 2-2. That one inside. Now count full to the Bradley Brave.
Yeah, I got to shout out Will Vinson over to the right by the dugout, and Marley Williamson. They've been killing it in the graphic department for the Sunday Morning League.
Yeah, if you'll give Peoria Sunday Morning League Baseball a follow on their Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Runner going here, full count, 2 outs, chopped to the right side, right by the Mariners dugout. Got the sun coming right in there again at about a much different angle, though, than what it was back in the first inning. Now it's kind of low in the sky.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough for the right side of the field. I mean, any ball hit up in the air, it's going to be very tough to track.
Full count, Horsham trying again. Give Poor Bros that insurance run. Long look, and fires, and he walks them. So 2 runners on now for Goforth, and certainly don't want to give up the extra base runner there, Brock. But again, maybe not the worst thing in the world, because again, Horsham, one of the bigger, more dangerous bats on this Jacks team.
That was a big at bat, 7-pitch walk for Horsham. Brings up Goforth with runners at first and second, trying to score that second run that we said you definitely need in this game.
A hit to the wall, though, from Goforth could drastically change the landscape of this one. Could put the Jacks up 3-0. Feel maybe even as big as a 10-0 lead the way Holland's been pitching. Curveball from Blom just misses on the outside. And no real easy outs here in the next few batters for Poor Brothers. You got Pajoli on deck, Goforth in the batter's box right now. That one's been outside. You see Blom is being very careful these at-bats.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pitch to him though. You don't wanna walk him to bring up
That time, challenge Goforth. He couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, I was saying, you don't want to be too careful here, because you got Evan Pajoli who's hit some bombs over the summer, and with bases loaded for him, that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Pajoli's got 2 singles tonight. Goforth has 1 plus a walk. Good eye. On the outside again. Long trying to really pound that same spot, but again, just missing the outside corner. Big hitters count now for Goforth, and he might put a big swing on this one. We'll see. And watches it go by. 4-4, so Blum with back-to-back walks, his 3rd and 4th of the night, and now the Ducks are all on the pond for Evan Pajoli. Dangerous situation here for the Mariners. This is the most base runners that the Jacks have had on at one point tonight, as they'll talk things over on the mound.
Yeah, they're going to want to talk things over, see what you're going to do, how Blom is feeling. Obviously, they're not going to want to take him out of this game, but a very dangerous hitter with Pajoli up to the plate. You got to wonder, what's the tactic to try to get Pajoli out, who certainly has some pop and has gotten a hit in this game already. One base hit right here could change the game drastically. So you gotta now the pitcher and catcher talking it over, because this is a monumental at bat right here in this game.
And you can't let anything get past you if you're the Mariners outfielders. Again, for a few reasons. Again, you don't want Pajoli to maybe a leg out. It would be a very hard single into a double or a double into a triple. But also too, if the ball's hit in front of you, you can come up throwing and get that forward momentum, because you're probably going to want to be throwing towards home and try and gun out. Probably at that point would probably be the third run for the Jacks. See how it all unfolds. Long goes inside. It's called for a strike. Jolie didn't quite like that one.
Go, buddy.
Solomon riding a bit to the inside tonight. That one, though, nice stop from Garcia. That saved a run.
Got to give a shout out to Garcia, who I think is the best defensive catcher in the Sunday Morning League, hands down. He's a brick wall behind the plate.
Very quick, too. He comes up throwing very fast. 1-1. Pajoli went fishing for it, came up empty. Blom ahead 1-2 on a nice pitch there that just got snuck away from the bat at the last second.
Hey, lock in.
Big pitch right here. See where Blom's going to go to.
Go, buddy.
He's got some pitches to give up here. He can try and get Pajoli to chase. 1-2. He just gets the nick of that one. Fouls it off. And Port Bros scored their lone run of the game back in the first inning on a single from Pajoli.
Go ahead.
As the sun sets on Blom, he fires. Pajoli pops it up, and this should be it. Infield fly put away by Irvin. Pajoli slams his helmet down. He feels like he wasted one there, but Blom at coverage at the mound, definitely worth it. He needed it to retire a very dangerous Evan Pajoli, but now it's up to Casey Holland to see if Port Bros can stay alive here in the playoffs. What a suspenseful inning that was, Brock. Again, now we have no rooting interest in this game, but I was almost getting nervous right there. I mean, this is like, this is game 5, game 6 of the NLCS, ALCS at that point. Backs against the wall, need to win, and you get a huge, huge out to keep your team in it.
Yeah, big pitch right there by Blom. The veteran going to work against Pajoli, who we said has a lot of power. Got him to pop it up. And for this still to be a 1-0 game is huge, because that base hit would have made it 3. It seems like 3 is just a really tough number to get to tonight, especially. But now you're only down 1. You're just looking to get on base, try to get a couple runners on, and you just need 1 to start off. You don't want to go too risky here. You don't want to get caught up at third or in a rundown or anything like that. You're just wanting to move the base runners base to base and try to score 1. And then you think about, okay, if we get 1, let's try to get 2 and win this thing.
Yeah, Sunday Morning League playoffs have just been, who can predict it at this point? Both these, it's been really just a big crapshoot, I think, honestly, between a lot of these teams. You got the 2, 4, 6, and 8 teams left. The 2 seed Port Bros facing elimination here tonight, trying to keep themselves in it. And, obviously, again,
Go, Casey.
Movesmart won, tonight will be pretty easy. They move on to the championship game, but, Port Bros obviously leading right now. Firehouse Pizza, they're leading right now. So, again, the teams that lost to the same team that they're playing tonight are in position, and game's not over yet, but in position to win. And we'd have 2 games on Thursday, and there is the first base runner of the game for the Movesmart Mariners, as Marchand got plunked.
First
That's
pitch.
exactly what you need.
Yep, that's exactly what you need if you're the Mariners. And you got the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up to the plate now. This is what you want if you're the Mariners. Exactly, these guys are exactly who you want at the plate right now.
Off-speed pitch, offside. And 1-0, fouled back there by Armstrong, who grounded out to second 2 times here tonight. And a hit would be ideal if you're Movesmart, but a productive out will also get it done too. With nobody out, feels like they're a slight advantage. Good. Oh, and they call that one for a strike. That one, I will say, Brock, right in line with the outlet a bit outside to me.
Generous call there, but hey, if you're Casey on the mound, you'll take that every day.
Just gotta look to the next pitch here if you're Armstrong. 1-2. Marchand, decent speed over there at first. He is not going. And that one just broke off and
Great pitch.
a bit too late. Maybe kind of a make-up call there. 2-2 now.
Great take by Armstrong. I don't know how you don't swing.
Yeah, that one was awfully close to take. 2-2, runner going, and that one fouled back off. Think Marchand goes again here, Brock?
I think he does. I gotta believe we haven't seen much of the Mariners' offense tonight, so you gotta move somebody right here. If you steal right now and get a base hit, you're looking at runners at the corners, nobody out.
And sometimes to win, you gotta take risks. Some people even say not taking risks is risky. And Movesmart doesn't have to play risky tonight, but again, they sure would like to clinch their Sunday Morning League Championship Series berth at Dozier Park here tonight. Full count
Let's go, Casey.
down to Armstrong. That one fouled back. Armstrong did a nice job staying alive. Really making Holland work for it now. You can definitely tell, though, this is one of the first time, if not the first time tonight, that Holland has not just been cruising along and dictating every at-bat.
Yeah, Armstrong is making Holland work out there. Big pitch right here, 3-2 count. Nobody out, so if Armstrong gets on, you're talking big time for the Mariners.
At that point, Peoria is trying to hang on and prevent extra innings. Armstrong fouls it back off again. Just got the tip of it. And Alex Garcia on deck. And Chase Reed in the hole for the Mariners. Full count. Marchand probably going to be running here without much of a doubt. No, that time he does not, but he doesn't need to. It's ball 4, and there's 2 base runners. Mariners fans, starting to hear them for the first time tonight. They got something to cheer about. 2 on, nobody out for Alex Garcia. And we're going to have a conference here at the mound. Zach Skolte's out to talk with his guy, Holland.
Big walk right there by Armstrong, a 9-pitch at bat, and now you bring up the guy that you absolutely don't want to face, Alex Garcia, who's in conversations for MVP this year. Wondering what Peoria is going to do against Garcia. Again, you have nobody out. I wouldn't bunt in this situation just because how good of a hitter Garcia is, but we'll see what the Mariners will do right here with nobody out.
Interested to see where the third baseman Chase plays, if he creeps up at all. Maybe expecting a bunt or if he'll play back, potentially. But again, Garcia hitting .261 coming into tonight. 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 23 strikeouts, high number, but also 15 walks. That one is well outside. Holland maybe starting to lose a bit of his control, just a bit here in the 7th. And there's a little bit of stirring going on over in the Jack's pen. Here's 1-0, hit to the right side. This could be 2. McCoy goes to 1, gets the first, over to second. They got the second. Garcia grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, and what a massive outcome there for the Jacks.
A huge double play right there for Peoria. Massive, but now tying run 90 feet away. You just need one out to get this one done. Important right here for our net. Blocking everything.
He's got to be the great wall of East Peoria right now to prevent Movesmart from tying this one up. Strike one to Reed. He is 0 for 2. Struck out in the second. Flew out back in the fifth.
Let's go, Casey.
And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2, and Holland in a position he's been a lot of times tonight, ahead in the count 0-2. He's one pitch away from setting up another date for his team tomorrow night. And the pitch. Strike three! Casey Holland throws a no-hitter for the Poor Bros Jacks, who stave off elimination and will play in a winner-take-all game for the Sunday Morning League Championship Series here on Thursday. No-hitter, Casey Holland. Lost a perfect game in the seventh, but gets the no-no. What a performance, and Poor Bros wins it 1-0.
What a performance by Casey Holland. Game on a season on the line, you know, and he comes up in the biggest moment in the Sunday Morning League playoffs for the no-hitter, and now tomorrow night these two teams will battle it out. Winner goes to Dozer.
Unbelievable. So that's going to be
Great job, Casey.
the third time this week that Movesmart and Poor Bros will play. It's almost like they're playing a series of their own this week. Again, how about Casey Holland? 7 innings pitched. Count up his strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including that one of Reed there at the end. 6 walks, or 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, and also hit a batter as well. And also hats off, tip of the cap, Josh Blom tonight. Great outing for Movesmart. His team just couldn't get the base runners that they threatened late. But again, it's just too little too late. But Blom was fantastic out there tonight as well. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts and 4 walks for Josh Blom. Scattered a handful of hits as well.
What a night here at Eastside. Great pitching duel. Like we said, the Sunday Morning League is full of pitchers duels, and we just saw a masterful performance there by both guys. I mean, Blom, shout out to Blom. He pitched unbelievable as well. But Casey Holland, season on the line, he did his job, gets the no-hitter.
Unbelievable stuff here in the Sunday Morning League. As Tim Cundiff says, the former league president, you can't script October. Well, we're not quite at October yet, but you can't script August. It's got a pretty good ring to it as well. Poor Bros and Movesmart, again, a winner-take-all game back here tomorrow, Thursday night, 6 p.m. at the Eastside Center. We will not have that broadcast for you, but we will have the winner of that game back on Tuesday in the potentially championship clinching game on Monday night, 6 p.m. at Dozer Park, Game 2 of that series. So Poor Bros moves to 18-8 on the year. Movesmart back down to 500, 13-13. Again, still possibility the Cinderella story still alive for the Mariners. And one more time before we head off air, we'll check in on the other game between Firehouse and Tin Lizard. And Firehouse has blown it open. They lead 9-2. So it looks like, Brock, we're going to see Firehouse and Tin Lizard also playing winner-take-all game here tomorrow again.
Yep, looks like I'll be back here again for, I believe, will be night 5 in a row here at Eastside, but just insane games all around. These playoffs has been unbelievable.
Well, Brock, my hat's off to you. You've been working hard this week, earning every single bit of it. And then also thanks to you as well for tuning in at home. Glad you spent your Wednesday night with us and saw a great game here in the Sunday Morning League on Clutch Sports Media. So that will about wrap things up here from the Eastside Center. For all of our crew, Mark Wagner doing a great job behind the camera tonight. And alongside Brock Allkire in the booth, I am Jonathan Michael saying so long and good night. We'll see you on Monday for the championship series of the Sunday Morning League right here on ClutchSportsIL.com. Until then, so long, folks. Have a great rest of your night.